During debates, some debaters employ a very sneaky tactic called the straw man. And it goes something like this. Your opponent puts forth an argument or a claim or a position, let's call it position X. So what you do is, instead of responding to position X, instead of trying to refute position X, you refute position Y. You argue against position Y. You try to defeat position Y. Now, position Y looks very similar to X, but it is a weaker version of X. It is an easier to defeat version of X. It is a more extreme version of X. It is a sillier version of X. It is a less defensible version of X. And sometimes it's even a caricature of X. So you go ahead and you defeat position Y, and then you claim that you have defeated your opponent. You didn't really do that. You didn't defeat his position X. You just defeated Y and made it look like you've defeated position X. Let's take an example to illustrate. A politician says the following. We need to stop illegal immigration. We need to crack down on illegal immigration. We have to have harsh penalties for people who come into this country illegally. We need to protect our borders. And his opponent responds by saying, why do you hate immigrants? Why are you racist? Why are you prejudiced? Why are you xenophobic? Don't you know that the best doctors we have in this country are immigrants? Most of our inventors are immigrants. Our best professors are immigrants. This whole country was built on the shoulders of immigrants. Oh, the crowd goes wild. They clap, standing ovation. She wins the debate. But did she really win the debate? Have you noticed the sleight of hand here? The politician didn't say that he's anti-immigration. He didn't say that he hates immigrants. He didn't say that he will not allow immigrants. He did not deny the value of immigrants. He did not take away credit from the immigrants. He was talking about illegal immigrants. Yes, we have laws in this country and you have to respect them. You want to come into our country, by all means, please follow the right channels, fill out the applications, meet the requirements, and you are more than welcome to come into our country. You know, you will benefit from it and we will benefit from it, and we can all live in harmony. But you don't go in illegally, you don't break our laws, you don't sneak in. That's all he's saying. His position is reasonable. I mean, you can debate it, but it sounds reasonable. So that sneaky opponent, instead of dealing with that argument, she substituted the argument with a weaker, more ridiculous version, and then she defeated it. And then it made her look like she won the debate. You see what happened? You see how it works? Shall we take another example? All right. I have a friend who was debating with his other friend who would win in a fight between one famous and skilled boxer who's around 130 pounds, give or take.
And officially weighs in at 135 pounds.
Versus a 260-pound, muscular, athletic guy, strong guy, who is not a fighter, who is not skilled in boxing or martial arts.
260 over here, bro.
Who would win in a fight? And they were debating it. So his friend was saying, no way, the boxer would win, of course, easy. My friend said that the big guy has some chance of winning, given how big and strong. And his friend started saying things like, dude, really? You think the big guy will win? Don't you understand what an advantage it gives you if you know how to fight, if you're a professional fighter, if you're a professional boxer? If you bet on this fight, you're going to lose all your money. Dude, you don't understand. You think just because he's bigger, he's going to win? Come on, man, don't be silly. And he's laughing at him. You don't know. Did you notice what happened here? My friend didn't say that the big guy will win, will definitely win, will most likely win, will always win. No! He said that he has some chance. Some. Do you understand the meaning of the word some? Some, a little bit of chance. He didn't say he's guaranteed to win or he has an extremely high chance of winning. He said he has some chance of winning. Yes. Like if they fight 10 times, maybe 1 out of 10, if he manages to come close and grab that boxer, it's game over for the boxer. He can put him in a headlock, or he can choke him, he can grab him by the hair. Again, it's a street fight, so he can grab the hair. He can throw him through the window. He can ragdoll him and slam him around like the Hulk. He can pick him up and slam him into the concrete. He could really cause some damage. So he has some chance. But his opponent substituted this reasonable position with a sillier version that says, yes, he will always win. Having skills in boxing doesn't matter. He didn't say that. He actually understands very keenly how important it is to know how to fight, to be a professional fighter, to know boxing. He understands that. That's why he said that the big guy has some chance. If he thought that boxing skills don't count, he wouldn't say he had some chance. He said he will definitely win. So the fact that even though the guy is twice his size, he's giving him some chance. He is showing respect to the skills of a boxer. But his friend just strawmanned him. You might be wondering, why is it called a straw man? Well, imagine you want to get into a fight with a strong, fierce opponent. And you can't beat him up. He's too strong, he's too powerful, he's too skilled. So instead of fighting him, you build a man out of straw. Like a scarecrow. It looks like your opponent, more or less. It has a head and shoulders and a torso. So it kind of looks like your opponent. So you set up the straw man and you knock it out. You knock it out and you claim victory. I beat my opponent. Yo, Adrian! I did it! No, you didn't beat your opponent, you beat a straw man. That's where the name comes from. So when you're debating someone and they use that tactic against you, call them out. Say, hey, nice try. Nice straw man there. Even label it, call it a straw man. It's like you're diagnosing a disease. Once you put a label on it, it's very effective. Like people in the audience say, oh, that's a known trick, and you caught it. It persuades your audience that you know what you're talking about. What you talking about, Willis? And that you caught him with that sleazy tactic. So don't let your opponent get away with this tactic. Also, you don't have to be directly involved as a debater. Even if you're a member of the audience and you're listening to a debate and trying to make up your mind on some issue, again, don't fall for that trick. Don't let the speaker get away with this. For me, when I see a debater use that tactic, it makes me lose respect for him. I feel like, come on, man, you're being dishonest, you're being sleazy. And I feel like he's insulting my intelligence.
It insults my intelligence. It makes me very angry.
It's like, dude, do I look stupid? عبط احنا. That's Egyptian. عبط احنا بقى. You think I'm gonna fall for this? I'm not gonna fall for this tactic.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
And even if we want to be charitable and assume that the speaker is not doing it on purpose, he's not being dishonest, but maybe he just didn't understand his opponent's argument, that also reflects poorly on him. Like, you have very bad comprehension skills, or you cannot understand nuance. You hear your opponent's argument and your brain simplifies it and gives a comical version because you cannot deal with the complexity or the nuance of his argument. It makes you look bad. It makes you look like your listening skills are poor or your comprehension skills are poor. So don't let people use that tactic on you, and please don't use it yourself. I know you want to use it, you sneaky, sneaky viewer. Now you might be wondering, why is it called the snowman? Snowman? Let's do it again. And then we'll put Eddie Murphy's, "Hey man, we ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe." You don't know that reference. You weren't born when that movie is out. I'll point down, but I'll put the subscribe button up. Just you think. What did I say? So you set up the straw man and you knock it out. And cut. Stop. بس. بس. بس ولا بس.